not be that applicable. The other bands might be very different as well, so we could see two entire different playstyles from these two teams on this second map.
I mean, that's the beauty of the map pool that we have right now. There's a lot of variation. Did you know that Oregon was based upon the Waco compound in Texas? Because there are people who are currently working this event who did not know that. So you, the viewer, might not also be aware of that.
I didn't know it. I don't know much about the map lore, I'll be honest. I'm kind of slacking on that one.
Most of the original maps were based off of real things that happened.
Okay.
So Consulate was, what was it? Was that Iran? It was the Iranian consulate or something like that it was based off of, I believe. Argo was the movie was based off of that same story. And then the Waco compound for this, so.
Interesting.
Bank is set in LA, obviously off of a bank heist at some point. Just little tidbits for you. And fun fact, I actually believe that that is Caliber Jacobs' most watched YouTube video. It's about where the maps are actually based off of.
Right. He made that video before he even became, I was going to say like, quote unquote, like relevant, but like he didn't work like the Tier 1 space back then at all. So,
I think it's kind of rude for you to say that Caliber Jacob was never relevant. He's relevant in our hearts, okay?
No, he before we knew him as the one he is now is what it was going.
He's relevant in our hearts.
Of course, he's relevant. Okay, so that's a low blow.
We just the observer just pops into our ear. How are his predictions doing?
It was like 7 out of 29 or what. It was like really rough numbers, but hey, that happens.
Operator bans.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those.
Let's talk about that. Ying, of course, being target banned from the side of WOLS makes perfect sense. I mean, this is, especially for this basement bomb site that is, Ying, the most commonly used operator to pick apart this entire setup with those candelas, and the smoke grenades. Candelers. Valkyrie, we saw how useful that was for both teams on Bank. Oregon is a much smaller map, but that information can be equally useful. The Nuke and the Solace, same story for Liquid. They want to deny information and make the game as, consistent as possible by knowing what is true and what is not, because that Nuke gadget means that you could still be a member here, even if your camera is up. But this leaves Monty open, which was hovered by Liquid in the first early seconds of the attacker repick phase, but they thought differently and went off it again. It's going to be that Maverick being brought out in case of a Kite Claw, because with the mirror window, you can fortify that base and bomb site and keep the mirror windows intact by Kite Clawing the hatches. Liquid, they read into it. They bring that guarantee that that's not going to be a problem for us. But that's where the mind games begin, because WOLS, they did not bring the Kaid. So they still get that 5th operator value in terms of gadgetry. The Maverick doesn't get to counter.
Yeah. I love these bans from Wolves, just on the surface level. Ying is a strong operator on Oregon. Doesn't matter what team is playing her. She has a great secondary gadget in that can opener / heart breach. And then, of course, the Candelas are extremely good on every single bomb site. But also, Liquid are very proficient with her. That's a great target ban. Valk cost Wolves multiple rounds on Bank. Also a great ban for Oregon. Also a great operator for Liquid. So clearly, the 6 minutes of prep that they did between these matchups have given Wolves the round. We don't even need to play the game.
That's it, boom. Good value there from the Retaro drone. Get the deployable shield. Its utility is pretty much the name of the game for Oregon Basement. Hide behind shields. I say hide. Play behind shields in those mirror windows to make the attacker's life very difficult. Liquid making very quick work of the map because WOLS did not have any roaming presence. We spoke about that on Bank Basement, where you kind of need to have a soft roam going just to slow down the attackers. I think that statement's also true for Oregon Basement. And because WOLS didn't have any presence whatsoever, Liquid, they were basically making work of the bomb side almost only a minute into the round.
Putting these Retaro drones to very good use. There's a proximity alarm. I'll let them know that, well, Paulu's very close to getting in. Wolves with 3 kills. They don't just get the opening pick, they get 3 of them. Liquid or nothing. They're goo, they're paste.
Oh my.
Flawless start for Wolves in round 1.
Ils savent pas être sec. Le mec SKT1, il descend, il sait pas où je suis, gros.
It's always Mowgli too. Again, I can't tell you the same, but it's always Mowgli to speak up first in these moments. WOLS making quick work of Liquid in that round, and it almost seemed like Paolo was executing ahead of schedule. No one could follow up. Toxic Babe was popped to deny any exit point for him, unless he was to run for that Toxic Babe. Kaz, Instead, he kind of runs towards that pillar position, got caught in the crossfire. And then the rest of Liquid, they tried to act with it looked like, but of course, they didn't have a stable area to execute with or at. It comes down to those gunfights again, just like Bang. If you win your ones, you get further to the bomb site or closer to it. If you lose your ones, well, you won't even get close at all. It's been Liquid's biggest issue so far. From Wolves, it was all a team effort. Everybody got a kill on the board besides Bibu. And P4, he got 2 of his own in that round.
Now they go upstairs to the bomb site that we tend to see. The secondary bomb site. The 1-2. Dorms, double dorms.
Honestly, in my opinion, I think this bomb site is like the biggest coin flip. Almost the biggest coin flip in the entire game. It seems like such a 50-50 bomb, so it's like, it feels kind of bad to defend it, and it feels kind of bad to attack it. But also feels kind of good at the same time. But I feel like it's one of those, I at least, personally, never feel quite comfortable on either side of this equation. Whereas with like Basement Oregon, you always feel good as a defender, I feel like. It's so hard to attack it. So very different kind of play style from this bomb set than that of the previous. The bomb set is rather weak, you have to extend out, worry about attic, master bedroom, etc. And it's why we see Wolves, they've set up inside a trophy with that deployable shield. Paolo looking to maybe walk up the stairs or do something about that. Nope, goes to meeting instead. P4 hiding below inside of servers. Has the hatch open, can fall back, has to rotate. Paolo looks to stop it.
There's gunfire in front of Paulu's face. Wolves the lead off kill again, they get both. Liquid in trouble early on. Wolves in the first minute have reduced Liquid to just 3 players.
Again, it's the 1v1s. No one from Liquid is there to trade these gunfights. No one's doing anything. No flashbangs, no nades. It's just walking on in. If someone is there with Paolo when he blocks open that wall, maybe he can toss a flashbang for his teammate or something like that. You can get the ball rolling, but instead, we're just challenging Wolves, and they are not having any of it.
I do like the Amaru pick a lot, but just hasn't really been all that successful, Nick.
And it's likely might not matter this round, unfortunately.
No. Yeah, I agree with you.
It very well could have.
A nice Canadianism. Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah.
So nice.
That means, yeah, you know, I agree with that. But look at this. No way! P4 is there. 2 members of Wolves there at the same time. Nesk does a little bit of damage. He and resets. The last 2 to go.
Oh.
Back goes out, does more damage to Nesk. He'll have to wrestle with that deployable shield and now a Kiba barrier as well. Bibu doesn't have any more impacts left. Resets up the stairs. There's no way Wolves gets 2 flawless rounds, right?
There it is.
There it is. Wow. 2 flawless rounds for Wolves. If you're Liquid, I think you call a timeout to settle the team down.
It's certainly now a next round. I mean, you gotta really slam the brakes on this one. Again, we look at this. 1 versus 1s. P4 is sitting downstairs and finds 2 kills again. And then when Wolves, they get the advantage, they don't make that same mistake that they did in that basement 2 versus 5 from the bank previously, where they give Liquid the 1v1s. No, they found a duo body system, right? The 2 isolated roamers, they got together in the basement, came up the lobby, when the Maro Lagunas, I believe, walked down the Amaru stairs, there are 2 members there. At very, very worst case scenario, Wolves trade 1 for 1, which puts them at 4 versus 2. That's a great position to be in, whereas, let's say we're flipping that right now between the 2 teams. Let's say it was Liquid who was in defense there. Looking at how they're playing so far, they would have 1 member come up into lobby, and then if Wolves killed that member, they play 3 versus 4. So the numbers really is what Wolves are pushing forward the most here, and Liquid are not doing their very best at all to try and play that same game, and that has been their biggest downfall so far. You can go for a direct attack on this bomb site, go big tower, open up the walls, etc., play as a 5-man on one side kind of team, or you can make 2 kind of groups happen. A group of 3 and a group of 2. You do not want to have these isolated lone wolf members anymore because it simply is not cutting it right now against Wolves.
I'm reloading.
Look at P4's position. Has he been droned out at all? He's playing in that little rat angle by small tower. Boom. There goes the door, there goes the Banshee. Again, great value from this Rotero drone. I cannot tell you, the viewer, enough how good Flores is on most maps. Play him more.
You're not wrong, not at all.
I so seldom to see Flores in ranked games.
It's not the most fun, if you will, operators, because like the value that you gain isn't those like flashy plays, right? It's like, oh, I'm joining, boom, got something, and then you can do that 4 times, and it's incredible value, 1-to-1 ratio-wise, but it's not the most fun job unless you really enjoy driving on those drones and make them explode afterwards, which I'm sure some players enjoy, but probably most do not.
Liquid now need to slow down. They haven't lost anybody yet. Wolves still spread out well across the map. This tertiary bomb site, this is the time that Liquid needs to find something. A single kill, maybe.
Yeah, for starters.
Liquid did pick this map for good reason, so they know it well. It's Palu to take the first bit of damage. There you go, first kill of the map for them. It's Palu onto P4. Now Rise will fire back, engaging with Palu. There goes another air jab in a similar spot. Palu down through the wall. Unsure if that information relayed to the rest of Wolves. They've just lost Bibu to Nesk. Ask engaging at the top of stairs. Oh!
That's really good for them. They finally win these 1v1 scenarios in the rounds, but Wolves, they can't shoot back.
Palu's still bleeding out. They have been unable to secure it so far. Mowgli and Resets will battle on stage if Mowgli pops up. Just under the 1 minute mark. I don't know if Palu is retrievable yet. Bleeding out downstairs inside of the bathroom. Down goes Mowgli. Look at this. Liquid are picking these engagements up one by one. There's a window here where they could kill these last players from Wolves. Just Shinka left. And Palu might not bleed out. No flawless round though. Lagonis is dead. Shinka had a great first game on Bank. He'll try to stall for time. Flash goes out behind him. Twitch around, security door looking into kitchen. Toxic Babe's still there. Palu finally finishes bleeding out. Shinka takes some damage in the process as he looks to go back through this cafeteria dining hall area. On the ground is Resets. Liquid made that round look so easy.
They did. The only concern I have is, again, Palu, he won a 1 versus 1. Resets, he also won a 1 versus 1. If those gunfights go the other way for Wolves like in the previous rounds, we're back to ground zero, where nothing's really ever changing. So while Liquid did win the round, it was not because they changed how they played or changed the fundamentals of how they approached the round. They simply just won the 50-50 gunfight, which isn't the most reliable or consistent way to win these rounds. So Wolves arguably don't have to change much. I still think it's onto Liquid to make a change in their performance and their playstyle so far. The Monty could be one of those ways. You're forced to play together. Lagonis is hovering the operator. Of course, they can change their minds with the attacker repick feature. Because you can change all 5 attackers if you want to, not just a single. But the Monty typically enforces teamwork because Monty cannot do anything alone. It's also very comfortable to walk behind the bulletproof shield, but nope, in the last 15 seconds, Liquid, they will change their approach. Jackal being shown by Ask because they see this extensive roam setup from the side of Wolves. And from Jackal onto Lion, same story, help captivate these roamers. Unless, I was gonna say, could also go for extremely fast side rush itself. That's not gonna be the case with these spawns. 2 members construction and 3 inside a junkyard. It's going to be a roam clear.
There's the first E1D to go off. 15 seconds into the round. Use it to control spawn peaks, early runouts, etc. I think Liquid are right to be a bit reluctant in their first duels because of how good Wolves were through rounds 1 and 2. And now it's back to business as usual for Wolves. They're downstairs defending Laundry.
Oh, they have completely surrendered the roam game. They had a mirror window upstairs. No, actually, I don't think they put it down upstairs in the end. Oh, they did? No, they did. So that's a mirror window. Hello!
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's not doing it. Yeah. And then they made the rotations, the impacts, but you know what? They reinforced the meeting and the freezer hatch. So this is very evident to bait Liquid into thinking they were heavily committing to the roam, and the only actual expense it cost them was that mirror window they put upstairs. Everything else has been put down towards the bomb side. Now they do have both the Mussy, the Alibi, and the Capcan. These aren't typical basement defense operators for not roaming, but they might have bought back what they invested because, I mean, time is ticking down. Liquid, they changed 3 of their 5 operators to combat the roam that doesn't even exist. Mind games, honestly.
It's the timing that we've seen from some teams on Oregon. You'll hold upstairs, then peel off when the timing is right. It's exactly what seems to have happened. And yeah, you've surrendered the roam, but you've also solidified your defense down below. The basement will now be a fortress for Wolves. They are well spread out. I don't think there's really any intention at the moment from Liquid to go towards blue unless they change something at the last second. P4 actually lost the plot on that one, but I don't think that Rotero drone got anything. It certainly didn't get the deployable shield, which I imagine was the intended target.
It's a good hold here. Good crossfires being set up. That mirror window, very important to Wolves. And there are no smoke grenades to block the line of sight. Just flashbangs and one set of grenades. Liquid, they have to pick this apart one step at a time. The shield and the mirror on the front side is a problem.
Absolutely is. That's when the Bibu's going to sit in front of and patiently wait. Taunt Liquid in. Tie game for Team Liquid if they can prevail on this round. Mowgli goes down. First player from Wolves. Liquid have suddenly come into the back of the bomb site. And they're dominating every step of the way. Bibu the only kill so far with Wolves. 4 players still left, but there's a Capkin trap. P4 from the grave as Bibu will get swung on and looks the wrong way. Now it's Liquid fired up and ready to go.
You know who's firing back? Nesk on the entry, walking down that tower stairs, finding kill after kill, opening things up for Team Liquid. The members are working together. Every single one from Liquid doing their job excellently in that round. While that backside actually could happen, they were still investing Rotero drones on the front side, throwing flashbangs, and one member of Liquid actually stayed on that freezer staircase with a long line of sight, cutting that small box mirror in half, so that when Wolves rotated, there was another free kill into the pocket of Liquid to further advance their man advantage. Very nicely done from them. The fake roam from Wolves, it was nicely prepared for. It seemed to have done the job in terms of mind games, but it doesn't net them the round. When you have that mossy alibi based in Oregon, they don't really give you the most amount of value that you get for your money's worth. No Goyo. You don't have C4s in the same capacity. You could use more deployable shields perhaps, or a Jaeger. There are certainly other options they could have invested into. And speaking of, you can attack or repick all 5 operators. Look at Liquid. All 5 members changing their operators around because of this bombs are being shown and being upstairs. And yes, Monty will actually see play from Liquid. They tried 3 or 4 times hovering the operator, but they always ended up changing their mind towards the end. Now, they stick it. There are 4 members on the lobby side. They want to pick apart this master bedroom trophy setup, and Monty is an excellent operator to do just that, because you can walk on in, start bullying them on that shield position, and just start taking map control. It's going to be a quick one for them, as they're just about to walk into master bedroom in the first 30 seconds. I don't want to be Bibu right now.
No, he's about to get absolutely trampled. Or so we think, I mean...
Here it comes.
Yep. Oh, Ask with 2 kills very quickly. Bad showing from Wolves, 45 seconds in. Liquid have killed 3. The Monty is still there. Eyes in trouble. What? Liquid in 50 seconds win it flawlessly.
I think we can study that round down to the T in like replay, because that is arguably the most perfect timed round I have ever seen. The moment Bibu runs away, Gen window, bam, gets 2 kills. The moment that last member is alive, there's a multi staring you down, 2 members swinging you, big window being opened up, they are everywhere on the map. And they only did a 30-second setup for it. I'm not surprised that timeout gets taken out from Wolves. They've lost 3 rounds in a row, 2 of them almost flawless, and they've lost both the primary, secondary, and tertiary bomb side.
Here I was thinking after, what was it, the second round, 2 flawless rounds in a row for this Wolves squad, and I'm saying, oh, they have to clearly call a timeout from Liquid. What didn't Liquid do? They didn't call a timeout. What did Liquid do? They win the next 3 in a row with a flawless of their own. They almost had 2 flawlesses, actually.
Yeah.
How demoralizing for Wolves after a triumphant start. And reason for confidence, but not to be found. There's a reason why Team Liquid went to this map. We're starting to see it.
Yeah, and this is the first time this entire series that Liquid actually, they are controlling the pace and how these rounds are playing out, because it was Wolves throughout all of Bang. Even though they lost, but they were the ones making all the moves and controlling pretty much every single instance of the round. Now, that's been flipped entirely. That previous round that we just saw on the upstairs attack, that is changing everything for Wolves. I mean, they have to now respect the Monty And that's problematic because the only way to respect it is to start playing closer together, first of all, to establish crossfire so that Monty cannot single you out, but also you don't have as much operator freedom as a defending team anymore. You can't run around on a Mossy and an Alibi because they don't do anything against the Monty. You need these kinds of players like Oryx so that if Monty's alone, you can just run into him, knock him down, and then get the kill. You need Toxic Babes, C4s, Impact, etc. But it's also Oregon-based with defense. You need your Wamai, you need your Jaeger because grenades are an issue, smokes are an issue. So all of a sudden, Wolves are most likely in a position where they want to play like 7 different defenders. They can only pick 5. And to make matters even worse, they just lost one of their 2 mirror windows. The most important one, the one facing the lobby side, the front attack. With this Monty on the board, I mean, the world is your oyster. You can attack anywhere on the map, front, back, split, etc. because it gives you the freedom to just walk on in and apply that chaos effect for the defenders to be like, snap, like we can't stop this thing just walking toward us. At best, Mowgli can run into Monty as an Oryx, knock him down, get the kill, but he too will die shortly after, most likely. That's the best case scenario in this round for Wolves. Of course, there's no roam again. It's 5-minute bomb site, just like the previous rounds.
I mean, you're going to roam against a Montaigne? I suppose you have to pick your poison here because it's not even about roaming against the Montaigne. You're going to sit inside the site and die to the Montaigne?
Yeah, it's one of those, like, what do we do? Because either scenario doesn't look too appealing.
No, you're absolutely correct. Gonus getting so much intel off of this single drone. And here come Ask's Twitch drone, but it doesn't accomplish anything, gets shot away.
Yeah, that's the last Twitch drone as well. The first one was shot early in the round, so that last backside mirror window will stay alive, but as I said, it's pretty low value. It's not the one you care about if you're the defending team. You already lost the one you care about. And now we see that Monty effect walking down the freezer stairs. Very alone is Lagonis, but he's still keeping 2 members' attention from Wolves because you can't fight him alone. Or 3, should I say.
They're all just stacked up in the same area. Nobody dead yet. 1 minute to go. The Monty arching forwards. I believe he missed. And now Mowgli's going to take it down. The damage, he misses again. Lagonis ends up getting the kill. That was comical and how poor that could have gone for Mowgli. Resets is going to walk in and like the Grim Reaper, he's going to snatch a bunch of souls. Shinka left alone yet again. 1v3, at least he doesn't have to deal with a shield breathing down his neck. Over through electrical by Pillar. Ask wins that one. Wolves might have started off with 2 flawless rounds, but that's all they get. First half in the books, Liquid on top, 4-2.
And again, looking at how Liquid attacks that round, it gets really weird with the Monty Oryx situation that's out of freezer. That's really, really rough for both teams. But after that, how Liquid covers each other on the entry, right? One person walks deep laundry, second person swings that corner of the laundry machine and saves his teammate by winning that gunfight and shutting down that position. Then they walk together through the bomb site, and the crossfire from both the hallway and the rotated laundry finds the member inside of B-bomb site itself. Last member Shinka inside of elbow can't do much, can't walk back. The retake almost impossible. Even if you kill the member of Liquid that was in that pillar position with the DMR on Twitch, it doesn't really change the ultimate outcome of the round because bomb is gonna be going down, crossfire is established, you're playing 1 vs 2, and you got the SMG-11 on these long engagements. It's not a great place to be in. And Shinka, he found himself in the opening execute moments on Bang, playing a front-forward smoke. Now in Oregon, Shinka's in the back of the bomb site, holding an important area that needs to be covered by someone. But when you're on the smoke, you want to be where the battle is going to be happening, to utilize your gadget and that shotgun is in on close quarter scenarios. That wasn't the case for Wolf in the previous round, and it might have been one of the reasons why that round was a bit more difficult for them. Meanwhile, Ask putting a very offensive shield in the midst of this double order blue. No one's coming. The armor went into big tower tier 3. It's going to be a roam clear from Wolves, from small tower west side, and 1 member in big tower caught in that roam rotation. So Wolves, they clear out the roamers on freezer stairs inside a server. They can do that with verticality by Buck going up above, isolate that server member, and try and get an early pick or force them back.
P4 is about to press in the attic. Rise on the other side.
Yep. So they're waiting for the setup here. Buck's gonna go above, open the floor, force Lagonis back. It buys time on the clock for Liquid. It's nicely done for them. They don't fight for their lives, and rightfully so, they shouldn't. Wolves, they show that they have all their areas covered as well by both getting big tower control, that gives you the attic rotating presence as well, and then the Buck can do his job. A nice little ABC there from Wolves, proving that they have studied this game to a T.
No kills yet. Wolves much slower on this very first attack than we saw out of Liquid. I like this inventive Kiba barrier that will give them a prompt as to somebody coming through blue. Nade goes down. That should be the Banshee cleared away. Yes. Oh. Never mind.
Yeah, it stays alive.
That is confounding. I don't know why that would be.
Either way, Banshee's not going to define the round, of course.
Yeah.
With this barrier, however, it is going to stop Wolves from getting inside of that double blue area. Rise is struggling with the vault prompt, can't get up there. It gives you a tiny angle in towards... Nope. Is he going to give up, or do you think he's going to keep trying? He's... Come on. Got it.
Yeah, there we go.
Good job.
He made it happen. Amidst the smoke, the gas going. You can't find a pick. 45 seconds. Can Wolves come an inch closer? Very slow round, painfully slow round so far. Very strategic round.
Here they gotta go. Explode that Liquid did as well.
Absolutely, and they thought they got that Banshee earlier on, they couldn't do it. Now Wolves will take the engagements. Can Liquid rebuff them? Rise looks to the left, looks to the right. There's a shotgun from Lagonis there. One target down, but cannot get Mowgli. Wolves on the board now as well. Mowgli sustaining damage. Ask coming out of elbow, but Liquid is winning all of these duels. 2v4 for Wolves, make that 1v4. Mowgli will need to clutch up. Gets a single kill, holds onto the diffuser. But Liquid's there. They're waiting for it, and they're ready. Mowgli to go with diffuser down. He's out of time if he falls off, which he does. And it's Ask to clear the round out. Okay, I understood that one.
That's it.
5 rounds in a row for Team Liquid.
Something has clicked for them. I mean, they are looking like they are playing together in top form. And honestly, it literally was... Round number 1 and 2, Liquid, they lose flawlessly. Absolutely terrible state that they're in. Then, third round and 4 till now that we just saw round number 7, a completely different team showed up in the server, right? Round number 3, it was still that isolated individual performance from Liquid winning gunfights, but 4 through 7 has been absolute team synergy and team coordination on the map. Always having 2 members, always getting the trades. When they were on the attacking side, just 2 rounds ago, they were spending like the first minute 40 seconds setting up, then exploding on towards the bomb side, trading in favorable numbers and getting all the control they care about. Now, then they went on defense, they start basement, like same story. They established those crossfires. The moment Wolves, they aggressed forward, they were not just falling backwards for Liquid, going deeper towards the bomb side. They actually aggressed forward to shake their hands in the middle and then stab them right in the gut in front of their very eyes.
It was very graphic imagery.
Yeah,
This is a family show.
I'm so sorry.
This is a family show, and you're saying things that are...
They shook their hand and then asked if they want some candy. And then they gave it to them. That's like very nicely done, no?
Sure. That one's better.
Yeah. It's very family friendly. If we're on like a beachy, we don't really have a beachy map because we're like indoors. Remember 60, if we had a beachy map, they could like ask it and build a sandcastle together, like step on it, you know? That's like the ultimate disgrace on the beach.
I wish I was that sandcastle.
No, that's not, you can't say that either. We have Anna in the server, okay? We all know.
I like that pivot. Very good. Very, very good. This is a family show.
Sure.
What a round this has been. Not based off the action, there hasn't been much of it, but the commentary.
Fantastic commentary, yeah.
Try not to make ourselves the star of the show. It's the 2 teams right now. And Mowgli, the first one involved, with any words being spoken to the opponents. He's on 1 HP as Yana.
But he's done his job. I mean, he cleared the shield inside a trophy, took a bit of damage in return, has 1 Nate in pocket, but the mirror windows on that attic wall from Paolo, I mean, that's the primary position that Wolves should have to worry about, essentially. And it's not easy to deal with that mirror window because Wolves have not attacked the big tower yet. They haven't opened up that attic wall, which would give them a direct line of sight to deny that position. But they are slowly looking to make progress in this area. One wall is soft, one is reinforced, but the good news is for Wolves, it's a Sophia and a Thermite on that side of the map. They can deal with both of these walls, depending on how they want to spend their utility. And with Rise in this position, can open it up, deny the mirror position. That allows the other group of Wolves in Master Bedroom, right here, to progress forward on their side of the map. So it's really a two-group punch right now, and you gotta help one to help the other, essentially.
Shinka droning out attic. He'll discover at least one player from Team Liquid. There goes the gas as well. In terms of those toxic canisters, Laguna still has 2 left, 35 seconds or so. That's pretty good timing. Shinka's the first to go down, but they trade out as Bibu has his teammates back. We're in the execute right now, and finally attic control seems to be clear. Wolves are just in. It's resets against the world. Diffuser going down, and sound of the impact at the top of White will give his position away. Dusts off P4. Bibu and Rise, the 2 most experienced players on this team, to stand along with the Diffuser. Timer will go. Resets. Plays that almost perfectly. But the exhale from Wolves tells the story. That was a close one. They know it. Wolves pick up their very first round on attack. And it breaks the 5-round streak Liquid was on.
They couldn't break that attic mirror setup, so they thought, you know what, they just run around it. Going through that soft door instead of generator towards the bomb side, sprint up the wide stairs, jump in the big window, and just have each other's backs on the trades. But no trades were really needed. They just won their gunfights on the entry itself, and then the last members of Liquid are off the bomb side, have to play for a retake and resets. Almost got it. Got down to that last 1 versus 1, but that is the most difficult position to be in of any clutch. In a 1v5, you're always thinking, I'm not gonna win this. I can just kind of play free and lose. I have no pressure on me. Getting the first kill, the second kill, etc. The most difficult position that you will end up in is naturally the 1v1, because all of a sudden, you can actually win the round. All of a sudden, that pressure, it starts creeping on back, and you're thinking, I can do something incredible, something absolutely heroic. Win a 1 versus 5, and then you choke.
No, Heroic are playing later. I actually don't even know if Heroic plays today, because we're not casting them.
I actually don't know either.
We are casting their group mates later in FaZe Clan versus Team Secret.
That is correct. They'll define who gets to go home from that group. That's going to be between FaZe and Secret based off the point system that is currently happening in that group.
Correct.
But for this one, it's about Wolves and if they can keep up the same pace as last round. Right now, for the attackers, all the rounds that the attacking teams have won between both of these have been about the execute in the last 30 seconds, right? It's been 4v4, 5v4s, etc. A lot of their bodies alive in the map. Not much happens in the early stage. It's all about how well you can play together in the chaos of the last 20 seconds. And Liquid, they got some of those others to counter that. The Capcan, the Yokai Jones, etc. Paolo building a lead for his team, finds the opening kill onto P4. That's Buck removed from play. A very important operator for Wolves, actually, because they want to use that gadget to destroy the floor towards the bomb side from up above. They will struggle to do so now because there's no soft breach at all besides those ass breaches. Only 2 of those in pocket as well, so very limited soft destruction from above they can do now. Wolves might have to reconsider their approach and how they're going to break apart this round. Could go meeting, breach open the wall with Thermite. That seems like the best option right now, given the lack of soft breach, rather. Even that wall is soft. It's all soft walls. Really wish you had a bug right now that was alive.
Oh. First time we're seeing this dining bomb set, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Tertiary preferred by Wolves was that meeting bomb site. Dining now. Nice kill by Mowgli. Paulo decides to get a bit too aggressive, and another from Mowgli. On to Ask. Liquid are just going to throw bodies at this problem, and the bodies are going to hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Mowgli with his 3rd kill. Now it's Nesk to fall. Bibu, full ammunition. It's resets again against the world. He's on Smoke. We know Smokes can take multiple engagements, but Bibu gets kill number 2 for him on the round.
Machine, mon ref, t'es trop fort! Nice! T'es trop fort! Putain!
I can't understand you.
I heard like machine the first time. Towards Mo, he's like, "You're a machine."
I don't know.
He got the double kill in the hallway. That really changed the outcome of that round because all of a sudden, Wolves, they have the advantage. I'd argue that Liquid might not have needed to over-aggress in that manner, but it has been working so far for them to great effect. So why not keep doing it? This is the first time they got punished by Wolves in quite some time. It's gonna force their tactical timeout to discuss the course of action next, as it's a 5-4 scoreline still in favor of Liquid.
I mean, Liquid are still in a good shape. I don't think they need to call this timeout here, Nick. I do wonder if maybe there's something that Hugsword heard, or maybe that's something the leadership on the team heard about confidence, about communication. Maybe they're just getting quiet. The comms are falling off. Sometimes you need a tactical timeout to wake the team up. Hey, you're not talking to each other. Hey, you're not working together. Communicate. Do the Mr. Officer timeout. Let's get the vibes up. Come on, we're better than this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah. It's when you're playing professional Rainbow Six Siege, or any game I can imagine for that matter, is when you start losing rounds, so let's say you lose a round you absolutely should have won. It is so easy to just sit there in your own head and be like, right? And then like this happens sometimes where you win a round, or like you lose a round, and then like people are saying like, "Ooh, like let's go bring up the vibes," and then like it's complete silence, and someone like breathes really heavily out of their nose, and you get that like microphone like and you just sit there and you're all like, "Yeah, me too, man, me too. I also feel like absolute poop right now." And then it's, if you don't have like a good team leader, kind of like captain, motivator, whichever, to like bring back those, "Come on guys, believe in us, believe in yourself," etc. It can be hard to shake it off sometimes. So some of these tactical timeouts, as we've seen throughout this tournament with the great insight that we have, that we can listen in, half of them, if not more, have been, "Guys, come on!" Instead of being like, "This is wrong, that is wrong, change this, go this bomb side." We did see in the G2 game earlier that they played against SSG, Fabian called the timeout just to shit-talk the opponent, basically. Which is classic Fabian, right? He's like, these guys are so bad, give them the 4th bomb site, that like it's a terrible bomb site, but they don't know how to attack it. They have no idea. Stop going to the default bomb sites because they know that by heart. Go somewhere where they gotta think about it. So they went to the 4th bomb site on Villa. That library won. I believe they won it. So like, great job, Fabian. But that was like one of the few like strategical elements I've seen. But it was also like, we're better than they are, always.
This is a discussion that the talent were actually having about how effective these timeouts have been and how different teams have used them, right? So it'd be fun to actually ask all of the coaches what their focus is for the timeout. Is it strategic? Because you have some coaches who function more like player managers. You know, one of the most notable ones of that was Bob, the NIP coach. Way back when, he used to stand behind the players. He really wasn't a coach. He didn't really know the game. He was there as a player manager to manage the players. Obviously, that changed. NIP started bringing in coaches who had more of a strategic mind to the game. But either way.
Also, we got the A-Stream, I believe, tuning in now.
We do. Welcome aboard, A-Stream.
Hello.
Nice to have you here. I suspect that their game, that must have been a very fast game, by the way.
It had to be, yeah.
Because this has not been a slow match between these teams. We're only on map 2 as well. So, welcome aboard.
It's been an exciting first map of Bank. We're now finding on Liquid's map pick of Oregon, where it started off flawless for Wolves, 2 rounds in a row, and looked absolutely done for Liquid. But then they brought it back 4 rounds in a row, and now things have really tied up. Both teams on their attacking side, it's all about that last 20-second aggressive execute and finding those kills in the fray of it all. And Team Wolves are looking to do it here again as basement attack on round number 10.
It's the objective play. Open up the hatches.
Reload.
Tend to see these executes come in with just about 30 seconds left or so. Focus will be towards the front of Laundry. There go the smokes. Tossed out, very friendly. There's a Banshee there as well, but Palu is prepared and ready for it as Warden, but Liquid rebuff it. Palu credited with both kills, Lagonis another, Bibu the only one for Wolves. Down he goes. Wolves will sweep in through Freezer. Cool off this Liquid team.
15 seconds left.
3v2 favoring Liquid at the moment. They just need to sit pretty and they can gun down Wolves as they appear. Bibu good enough for a couple kills, but that's it. It's not enough. Liquid moved to map point.
That Warden, Paolo, in the perfect spot there. It was Wolves going for a fake execute. They were smoking and flashing the back stairs of that meeting hatch and big tower stairs. Maybe trying to bait Warden to that position. But Paolo, he stayed his ground in the most accessible and mobile part of Basement Oregon. That freeway hallway leading from pillar all the way to bottom laundry as well. And that means he can move back and forth as he needs to. And he chose correctly. Found 2 easy kills through a smoke on laundry stairs. And that slowed down Wolves when he stopped their push. By both members dying along the stairs, it means there's no crossfire established either anymore. The only other members will be coming from Freezer and backside. That opens up Liquid's arsenal in terms of weaponry. They can now point all their guns in just 2 directions instead of 3 and keep them closer together. That's how they win that base bomb site. The trades always going their way.
In terms of opening picks, Wolves have gotten just 2, really.
Yeah, actually.
They got them in the 2 flawless rounds. Everything else from Wolves has either been traded back or it's been Liquid getting the first blood.
5 seconds remaining.
Not a bad stat line for Team Liquid.
Not at all. Despite that, it's still relatively close, 6-4. And these rounds can go either way. Besides, of course, the flawless ones that we've seen. Operator-wise, we're seeing the same things from both teams. The only exception right now is going to be resets on the Vigil, looking to get more aggressive perhaps. Confused Wolves' droning, and it's also why resets are roaming aggressively inside a meeting. The gadget, when it's cloaked right now, it travels up and it travels down. So it's hard to locate exactly where he is as an attacker. Bit of a guessing game onto what floor he could be on. Ask nearby for a trade and playing together. So they have the deep roamer, the middle ground man, and then they have the bombs at anchors, playing that 3-role system. Big tower control from Liquid will deny any attic breach. That also helps Liquid understand that the only real attack right now possible for Wolves is going to be master bedroom or that big window towards the bomb site itself. And as we can see, it is indeed 4 members on master bedroom side of things. Yet to open up the wall, but here we go. Nesk is sitting with those impact grenades, could try and deny it. Successfully does so by breaking the lamp below to the floor. Mowgli finds a kill to Paolo though. It's Warden gone from action.
What did we talk about in regards to opening duels? Well, Wolves get yet another. They don't have many, so that's very important. And Paolo on Warden is a huge operator. There are no smokes on the board for Wolves, so not quite as crucial that a Warden be off the board. Would say the previous round when the smokes from Twitch were integral to that execute, and Paolo countered that perfectly. This time, yeah, I mean, the Warden can still see through the flashbangs, which there are plenty of for Wolves, but they're not going to be as consequential as, say, an operator with those smokes. Reset's now taking damage as Keeper barriers go up to try and block out the advance of Wolves down below. Resets will lurk and will wait. Miss from Nesk as there goes the wall and closet, and Wolves will walk into the bomb site. Mowgli swatted away at Liquid, actually winning all these duels, and they've narrowed the numbers down enough to take the whole map.
Out of nowhere as well. It looked like Wolves, they had the right approach, right? They get the wall over, you get 2 kills immediately, but Liquid